yourself to my channel. Let them know where you're from.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is SKG, and I am from Los Angeles, California.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So you have a new single out right now with Savvy Sav. I've interviewed him before. What is the single called?
So it's actually his single, and I'm featured on it. It's called Hip Rock, yeah, Hip Rock. It's like a club banger, high tempo song. It's a real dope song. So yeah, it's his song, and I'm featuring.
Congratulations. So what was it like working with him?
It was real cool working with Savvy. He's real respectful, real humble, real down to earth, good spirited person. So, like I said at first, I was skeptical from working with anybody over in that area just because of what I went through. But working with Savvy kind of changed my mindset in regards to that.
Yeah. So you used to work with Big U. What was that like?
Um Working with Big U was in the beginning it was fine, because we come from a generational family. Our family is friends. He was like an uncle to me, but as the work started going, it just wasn't fun anymore. It wasn't cool anymore. And I just didn't enjoy it.
I'm listening.
That was it.
Okay. Were you, because recently you were actually got arrested, right?
Yeah, I got arrested I want almost 2 years ago in March for having an incident with Big U in LA at a hotel.
Is that when you confronted him?
Yeah, that's when I confronted him.
So what exactly happened? So you seen him, and the last time you seen him, he put hands on you in front of people.
So the last time I seen him, we had got into it. No, he put hands on me previously before that. We were always going back and forth getting into it, but I seen him after I told my story on Tasha K. And once that story started circulating and I went to this one particular event, that's when I seen him and he walked up to me and we got into it.
Yeah. So basically, you confronted him for what he did to you the last time, and you got arrested for that. Because I heard him say something about call the police, which I didn't know as a street dude you could even do that. But he was saying, call the police on, and they called the police.
Yeah, I actually didn't confront him, and the I know the internet kept saying that. Well, I started it, but I really didn't. He literally walked up to me while I was with my family, minding my business, and when he walked up to me and started harassing me, that's when I turned around and started defending myself. And because I hit him in the head 2 times with a bottle, I went to jail.
Did it break or?
No, he was being dramatic.
Damn. And wait, so when you went to jail, did he come to court and like what is that called? Like when you go to court and you testify, I guess, against the person that assaulted you?
No, the DA had, I believe, a year to file on me. They wanted me to apologize to him and to basically write a letter saying how he was like a upstanding citizen and it was my fault. And I told the DA to go fuck herself. I'm not doing that because it was not my fault. And if I had to go to trial, then fuck it, I'll go to trial. And he was pressing the issue with the DA to file the charges on me. But in the midst of all that, he ended up getting a RICO. So nothing ever came about with that, thank God.
Wow, so if it wasn't for the RICO, he would have still pursued it against you.
I think he would have. I think he would have did it just to fuck with me because that's the type of person he is. Even after the incident, once he put me in jail and stuff, and he went on the internet and he was just like, "If you want the charges dropped, bitch, come to the hood and get them dropped." And it's like, here you go again. You do stuff to people, and then because of your position in the community, you use your image or your persona to bully them. Like not only do you physically bully someone, but you mentally, verbally, it's just crazy. But karma came back around, so it is what it is.
That's true. When you first heard about it, were you shocked? Did you think there was a chance of him getting out still and beating the case?
No, because what he went to jail for with the young boy, I knew about that a year beforehand. I just couldn't speak of it. The family reached out to me after me and him got into it and I went to jail. So I've been knew about it. It was just not my business to bring it to the public until the family decided to speak on it. So that was like a secret I just had to hold. And it was very frustrating because I always tell people this shit was like a scary movie. You know how like it's a serial killer and you're telling people when nobody believe you and then all of a sudden people start believing you because the clues start adding up. That's how I felt. It was just like this nigga is beating up and fucking up everybody and everyone's scared. The whole city is shook, so no one wants to do anything about it.
Do you think he was the one behind Nipsey getting killed?
My personal opinion, yeah, I do. I think it was a lot of jealousy because I worked with Nip and I worked with Big U. And I know how he is in regards to being jealous. He has a very jealous spirit. That is something that I recognized early on. And mind you, he has like 15 years over me, but that's something that I recognize in his spirit. He has a very jealous spirit. He wants to control every situation. He wants to be on top. He doesn't want nobody else to shine next to him. And this is my thing. If you're really for the community and you're a team player, you're going to uplift all your brothers, all your sisters. You're going to want people to stand next to you and shine. You're not going to want anyone to be behind you, or you're not going to want to manipulate or extort people in order for you to help them, and that's just how he is. So I definitely feel that. Yeah, that's how I feel.
What are some other jealous traits you've seen around him? I mean, being around him and Nipsey for a long time.
I mean, I just see his he has a real bully tactic, and everybody knows that he has a bully tactic. The problem is he bullies the city and bully the community, and they're really scared of him. Like it's like a real life Debo. I didn't see him beat up two niggas at one time. I didn't see him slap a nigga, and he ran talking about he gonna go get his big homie, and I'm like, sir, you're a grown man, like. Like
Yeah.
seen all of that. And you know, when you see certain things and it's like, well, damn, why you beat him up or why you slap him or why you drag him like that? Why you beat that man out his pants? Why you start looking at stuff and it's not a valid reason. For me, I'm going to fight if you're trying to harm me or harm my family or something to that nature. I'm not just going to go around slapping people or extorting people because I can.
Yeah. He wanted people to fear him, not respect him.
Yeah. And that was the thing when he caught me in a hotel because I feared him for so many years. But the fear built into anger. And it was like, you know what, nigga, we gonna all die. Like, this is how
Yeah, I
we
feel you.
all go this time around because I'm not going. Everybody else can go, but nigga, I'm not going this time around. And it is what it is.
What instilled that fear? Just seeing him attacking people in front of you?
I think when he attacked me and how he set me up, like that setup, because you have family and you have friends, and I really considered him family. Like, I don't care what me and Dante went through, I would never do him like that. I would never set him up or walk him into something to where his life is in danger, even if I'm mad at him. And I got set up so smooth because I trusted everybody, and I think that right there just it did something to me. And then it's not just the setup, it's the blackball behind it. So like he would threaten people not to work with me. And then, people scared of him. So they would listen. And I was a young girl. And I just think once I grew into the essence of a woman, it was like, hold up, bitch. Like, I'm not going. And
Yeah.
I think that the fear turned into anger, and the anger is what you guys seen at the hotel.
When you said you got set up by him, can you speak in detail what exactly happened?
I've spoke about this so many times, so I'm just gonna keep it short. But basically, I was called over to Nip's store by Nip for some posters allegedly. And when I walked in and was talking to him, the door was locked behind me, and I was jumped on and I was beat. And
Wow. By a girl or guys?
no, by Big U.
Wow.
And so, like I used to cry talking about it. I used to be so fucking mad. And I think people don't even understand my anger because to other people, it's like, oh, that's Big U, that's this nigga. No, that's Dante, that's Eugene, that's our families grew up together. That's nigga, I called you nigga, I've done so much for you. That's why would you do me like that? Regardless to what we ever went through, I would never, ever, ever do him like that. Never. And the fact that he did me like that and then blackballed me after, it's like, damn, now you playing with my career. And I was a person really getting to it. Like, and I feel like that's what separate me from a lot of people, especially females on the West Coast. I really get to it. I don't let a nigga put me in the back of him. I'm walking in front. I'm making my own moves. And he was just trying to block everything. And I mean everything. And I had like big deals on the table and he made me lose every fucking thing.
Where did it stem from? Like, were you guys just so like very close that something happened, like some argument or?
Yeah, we were getting into it because I'm a very strong-minded woman and he's a strong-minded man, and he had a lot of yes men around him, and I am not a yes man, a yes woman, whatever you want to call it. That's not me. I'm not a groupie, I'm not a hood ornament, I'm not a dick rider. I literally move to the beat of my own drum, and if he's telling me, well, we need to do this, in my spirit, if I don't feel it, we're not doing it, especially if it's my business move. We're not going to do it. You're not going to control me and tell me what we need to do. And it's your way or the highway, especially if I'm bringing things to the table. And as a woman, you deal with that in this industry. You deal with men being jealous of you.
Yeah.
You deal with men trying to understand why are you in this position. And at that time, I was working for a millionaire and a billionaire. I'm young out the hood. That's unheard of. And they're giving me my corporate game and I'm bringing them in. But I was still smart enough to know you're not going to control me. And he didn't like that,
Yeah, he wanted you to just do whatever he said.
pretty much.
Damn. And so he like jumped on you and like really hurt you? Or was it more like just to like scare you?
No, girl, I had to go to the hospital. I almost lost my baby. It was real heavy. Like,
You were
and
pregnant?
yeah, and then not only that, like he called a DP on me. I had to go to a place over there called Bryanhurst on BG, and I had to fight three bitches. I took phase back to back, and that day I was like, "Oh, the hell with this trying to be from a gang, because bitch, I'm fighting you and your teeth is missing. I'm not doing this."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're
he
fighting bitches that got nothing to lose and you're supposed to be
tried
like a singer that they're supposed to make sure nothing happens to you.
nothing to lose, but
Damn.
he tried to call the DP off, and it's like, no, nigga, my whole thing is don't call no bitches to fight me because I'm a fight. We not calling nothing off after you didn't put your hands on me, you didn't lie on me, you didn't do all this, and you calling some bitches with missing teeth to fight me. Oh, baby, we finna rumble. Like, no. So I fought the girls with no problem.
While you
But
were pregnant,
while I was pregnant,
did you
and
end up losing the baby or you had the baby?
no, I had the baby. I had to go to the hospital. I almost lost the baby. But that was just a turning point for me because it was like, okay, I'm over here on BG. I'm fighting these bitches. A fade to me is nothing.
Yeah.
That it is a dime a dozen, especially when I was younger. Now, not so much because I'm older. I'm in school to be an attorney. I have so much going that I'm not going to allow no one to trick me out my position never again in life. But back then, yeah. But it was still like I'm literally fighting girls with missing teeth. And it was like, no, this is it for me.
Wait, so he fights you and then takes you to the hood to fight three bitches? Now I don't get a like a break, or this was a different day? This was all the
No,
same day?
it was all the same day, but
God
I was
damn.
talking when he was beating me up and shit because I was locked in a spot. I was talking so much shit in the midst of getting jumped on because I'm like, why you putting your hands on me? Because I want to amount to something, because I'm not running around here fucking on these niggas. I'm trying to make something of myself and I'm a young girl. So I guess because I was talking, that shit, like, why are
It
you
was
doing?
worse, probably.
He felt bad. So then
Oh.
he was like, let her out. I was so fucking mad. I locked that bitch back and was like, hell no, call the bitches. So even when he tried to call the DP off, it was already up for me because it's like, you're not going to put your hands on me. And anyone who knows me personally, they know how I am. You're not going to just touch me, call some bitches for me. And nigga, you just did that. Nah, we going to run this shit. And I did it. And it taught me that is not for me.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
Do you still consider yourself being from the 60s or?
No, I consider myself wanting to be like my brother and my family. That is where I grew up at. But I also grew up in the suburbs, and I think that that's what helped me. I was around different environments. So I'm like a female that you would say is like bougie ghetto.
Yeah. Bujado.
Because I know both worlds.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself a gang member at all. My friends are my old friends from hoods. I love them. I always try to help them to be the best they can be. But everyone who knows me, they'll be like, okay, she don't want to be around no gang shit. So even doing hips rock with Savvy, I was like skeptical because he's from 60s, you know? But we had a long talk about the situation, and Savvy is such a dope artist with a dope spirit. I'm like, I'm just gonna give him this verse and push this single with him.
Yeah, Savi's a really good person. And he's so like respectable towards women that I could see why, he would be like a
Why
breath of fresh air.
this liar a platform? Hold up. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Liar, bitch. I don't have to lie about nothing. Not one fucking thing. Not one thing. And you wouldn't even say it to my face. You
No,
funky.
they wouldn't. It's the internet. People,
No,
people
I can't.
culture.
This is why, because the energy is never that in person. It's never that. And that's why I don't fuck with everybody, because people always have something to say on the internet, but they don't say that shit in person. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, anything you say about a person, you better say it to them.
Never. Ever. The energy is never that. Ever.
Yeah. So when you were pregnant and you got into it with Big U, whose baby? Is it Big U's baby or?
No, I've never slept with Big Q.
I don't know why that was a rumor when that first happened.
Yeah, no, it wasn't his baby. I've never slept with him.
Wow.
Ever.
So how do you, did he even know you were pregnant or he didn't know that?
Yeah, everyone knew I was pregnant.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy. The fact that they even had the DP happen and you're pregnant after you just fought a man. Holy shit. I'm sorry you went through that. You feel like as a woman, you you go through more shit as an artist than a man would?
Yeah, I feel like because niggas are groupies, niggas are more groupies than females. And you have to understand that. And especially with me being older now, I'm much wiser. I see shit from a mile away. So even now, I can tell when I'm walking into a situation where a man in the business, his spirit is tainted. He has a demonic spirit. He's a hater. He's a monitoring spirit. I don't do business with him. And I'm very adamant about that. I'm very straight to the point. I'm very blunt. Certain people I would never do business with. I don't care to do business with. You know,
Yeah.
certain people I will do business with, but as women, you have to know a monitoring spirit, you have to know a hating ass spirit, and you have to know people that's never had shit or that
Yeah.
look at this entertainment industry and they are groupies and dick riders to the illusion, and they don't know how to put in the work, but they know how to take pictures and post on their Instagram and act like they're popping. You have to be able to separate those people, because those are the type of people as women you don't want to deal with.
Yeah. You have to follow your energy and your intuition because that could really save you from a lot. Because a
Very
lot of these men will act like they could help you. They can't even help themselves. How the fuck you gonna help me?
right, very much so, very much so. And it's a lot of that. And I deal with, I deal with a lot of haters, but I deal with a lot of men hating. Like I'm a very private person. I don't allow people to come to my houses. I don't allow people to be around my family, especially the industry people, because even if you look like the podcast, the blogs, everybody is trying to tear each other down. Everyone, and more so in the Black culture, everyone wants to be little. It's like a crab in a barrel mentality. So I really watch who I share my energy with.
Yeah, it's a lot of competition. Meanwhile, it's like we could accomplish so much more together than we can competing with each other, but people rather compete and lose versus just working with someone and winning.
Very much so. Very much so.
Is there what is your relationship with Suge Knight?
Um, Me and Suge is in an awkward space right now. I always said I would never get on a platform and say anything bad about Suge. No matter what we go through, I prefer to keep it private, because I've known Suge since I was a teenager. He gave me my first big break. So I have a certain type of respect for Suge. But I just need a break from Suge. He went and did an interview about me and then called me after he did the interview, and I'm just like, no, nigga, like you're not gonna just call me after you go and speak on me and you're on bullshit. And I've never did an interview about you. And mind you, when he did the interview, I had other outlets hit me to do interviews and I turned it down because I'm just not gonna do tit for tat. I will always have love for Suge because, he did give me my first break, but we just, we're just taking a break. That's it.
What did he say exactly about you? He said something bad or just not something great?
Penis, men are emotional in this industry, and Suge is a person I've never slept with. And it's crazy because so many people like, oh, she fucked him, she slept with him. No, I'm literally um like the little sis, the homegirl. And even growing up, I had a lot of homeboys. Even now, I have a lot of homeboys. I've always had a lot of homeboys. Um, he just you know when a person known you for so long, right, and they've known you since you were a kid pretty much. Some people are used to you being like, okay, let's do this, or when you have a voice and you disagree or you want to do things a certain type of way, you tend to bump heads, especially in business. So, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. We just, bumped heads because we think differently.
Do you think maybe because of it got too personal that that's why you started bumping heads?
I think that, girl, I had to drink my wine. I think that should, I want to watch what I say. I think that Suge has a lot of yes men around him, and he has it's a lot of people that are like groupies. And for some reason, people think because they know Suge, they have access to me. And baby, it don't work like that. You can't talk to me because you talk to Suge. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I don't have that relationship or that, you know, connect with you, just because you know him, you can't call me and give me orders. I don't play those games,
Yeah.
pretty
Would you
much.
say that you're in love with him?
With who?
Shug.
No, girl. Oh, no.
I don't know. I had to ask.
No, I've never ever, like, no.
You don't look at him like that. It's more like a very close friendship, and it's like, do you feel like you're around a lot of men who have a lot of yes men around them, and you're like one of the few people that'll be honest, but they don't want that honesty. They just want yes men around them.
Yeah, very much so. Like, but I have I have business partners. I have high value men that are my partners. I have one partner, he's in the film industry. They close deals for like $200 million. No exaggeration, right? They're high value men. And I learn from them. I learn from them. I listen. They're married and I respect them. It's a mutual respect. And I just feel like sometimes in the hip hop world, it is just different. It's a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of dysfunctional shit. And that's why I try to extend, business relationships in other industries where it can elevate me. Does that make sense?
100%. Have you
It,
thought about working with more women, maybe?
I work with women. Now I have some women that I work with. And I have my company girlfriends in Champaign, and I went on a 20 city tour where I was doing women empowerment brunches, and everyone comes to them. It's really big in the industry, but women are very mean to each other. And
Yeah.
women are so
Facts.
mean and so catty, and it's just kind of like, girl, before I have to drag you the fuck all over this room, I'm just, baby, not gonna deal with you. So, it's kind of like a damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, because women are so crazy. It's like, yo, some of these bitches really need to get their ass whooped, but some of these men are so emotional that they're hard to deal with too. So it's like you don't know like who's worse sometimes.
Right. It just makes you an introvert. And I'm a person to where all type of people contact me. All type of people contact me. All type of people try to do business with me. And I literally pick and choose. Like, I will leave you on scene, on red. I will never respond to you. I literally pick and choose because if I sense anything in your spirit that's not right for me, I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah, and you should be like that because you can't even let too many people in that God knows what they even want in the first place sometimes.
Yeah. And some people just want to come in, like I said, to be a monitoring spirit. Some people want to see how you live. Some people want to see how you move. Some people want to see what your personal life is like, and those are monitoring spirits.
Some people just want to help you fail. It's like they're not doing shit with their life, so they want to make sure you don't do shit either. It's weird.
And that's true. And even like working with Savvy, I told Savvy, you're going to learn from me. If Savvy did good business with me, he listens. And we were talking, and I told him we will be finished working, I want to say probably at the end of October. When you leave from working with me, you will have a distribution deal, you will have a radio promoter, you will have a video promoter, you will have a PR team, you will have everything that you need in order for you to elevate to the next level. And then when you go work with someone, I want you to help them, and you help them with the connects and the networking I gave you. And that's how I like to work. I just feel like if someone's coming to work with you, if they're paying you for services, whatever the case may be, you need to perform to your full potential, your best potential, and make sure when they leave you better than when they came to you. You feel me?
1,000%. What advice would you give a younger girl that just starting out in the industry and doesn't even know half the shit you know?
I will honestly say research, right? I think people lack the fundamentals of reading. And if you read, and we have Chat GPT, all type of stuff now, research about the industry, learn things so when you're asking someone, certain things, the information that should be coming back to you. Because the biggest mistake that I've seen and I've also made is depending on other people. I hate to depend on other people. I hate gatekeepers. I hate middlemen. And even when I'm doing business, because, I do films too. And I mean, I've had people come to me where they wanted to put a film on Tubi or Hulu or something, and they have their show on YouTube, and they're making $0. And I packaged their show, and they left me making $500,000. This isn't something I'm just saying. This is receipts. This is, like
Yeah.
clients that I've helped. And even getting in the film game, I remember trying to get in and no one wanted to help me. And so what I did is I researched. And then my good friend Miguel Nunez Jr., who's an actor, he came in after I did my due diligence and he started helping me. And I was able to build my clientele from that. And now I have probably over 50 shows on streaming platforms, and I go after film financing. And next year I'm shooting my own shows. And that was from research. So I would tell a young girl to research anything you want to do with it, it's out there. Don't let a person tell you, oh, well, you have to pay me if you want to know this. Like research. If you read and you research, that will take you a long way.
Yeah, and especially as a woman, you don't need nobody. You just need yourself, believe in yourself, and there's nothing you can't accomplish. What would
True.
you tell your younger self?
Oh my God, girl. I have looked in the mirror and just cried like, oh, girl, I just wish I can go back. One thing I can say, I was very, very, very strong growing up. Like, like I had my own everything at 15. I had my own apartment. I had my own everything. I was always a hustler. Um, I would tell my younger self that somebody will love me, but I have to love myself because I just think growing up, I didn't get love. And I think that is a big thing. Like, even getting older, I'm like, damn, I was really in this world with no love.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of problems is we think we're the only ones going through that, but I think all of us are going through that same exact thing. And
Yeah.
just, once we get older, it's like easier at this point to see everything. But I think you're great. I think you're somebody to look up to. I think you're a strong woman. A lot of women wouldn't even be able to deal with half the shit that you've dealt with. So I wish you luck on your journey. And
Thank
you're still young. You've still got a long time to go.
Girl,
Shit ain't
I
over.
am old. I tell I mean I'm young, but you know what? I have lived many lives, and I say that like I have literally lived so many different lifestyles.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
But moving forward, your new single is out, Hips Rock.
Well, Savvy single featuring me.
Okay. I feel like
I don't want him to be like, "Cuz y'all just saying it's her single."
oh,
No, it's
no, 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 my bad, my
Savvy,
bad.
Savvy.
Savvy single that you're featured on. We look forward to hearing more music from you. Anything else you want us to look out for?
Just make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Halicia Choice or at rapper underscore SKG. And yeah, y'all can always hit me if you have questions. And like, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure. And we'll definitely do a part two soon. So thank you again, beautiful. It was such an honor to have you on my channel.
Okay, for sure. Thank you for having me.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right. Bye.